The assassin master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world?
My two guesses for culprits. Oddly enough, Gonta, because he was outside. Or Kokichi. Kokichi could have done it without touching the avatar, I think.
If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool.
Like a hammer?
There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
But was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
It feels smart
And
to
they
take in
must have
toilet
used
paper.
something else as a rope.
Something for a rope, I have an idea of what that might be. I found it during the investigation. Toilet paper!
This is it! During the investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion.
Is this toilet paper? What would toilet paper be doing here?
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
Gonta, no can ignore that!
What you mean, Shuichi? Huh? What's wrong?
What, wrong? Shuichi goofing off! Not gentlemanly at all!
We have to prove to Gonta that it was toilet paper.
There's no time for nonsense! You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! What tear too easy? Even Gonta know that, and Gonta not smart!
Okay.
No, I'm positive toilet paper was used instead of rope.
You died such an awful death. So why you not take this seriously? You call yourself ultimate detective? Use your head! Figure out real murder weapon!
No,
This is the
I'm
first time it's
positive
3.
Toilet paper was used instead of rope.
That's the first time we had to do it to the third
There's
section.
no time for nonsense! You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! What tear too easy?
Oh, we got the V? I didn't know there was a V in this one. I've missed out on a lot of V hits.
The toilet paper wouldn't tear. Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Unbreakable?
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
Wow.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
I didn't know there was a V in that part of the trial. I thought it was only like the non-stop debates, so...
But if
Dang it.
Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
The culprit meant to get rid of the evidence. They did a poor job of it. There was a much better place where they could have destroyed it.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Mew did. We already know who brought the hammer. Bring the hammer.
That's it! Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
Mew bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
Why was she, like, I still get the gist that she was going to kill somebody. I rewrote the program to delete all dangerous objects that could be used as weapons.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
Mew brought the hammer for sure, but what did she need it for? We need to make that clear. I actually don't know the exact reason. Unless it is to kill it. Dark, when we say a V, there's you get bonus points for disagreeing or consenting
That Mew brought the hammer.
at a specific thing we're
What was
arguing
she planning
against.
to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Gonta, no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
Good job, Gonta.
Probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone and tried to kill them with it.
You idiot! She was the victim!
What was Mew planning to do with the hammer? That's still unclear. I need to think back to what she was doing, what her plan was.
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer.
I'll show you when I'm about to agree
What was she
with
planning to do with
something Kokichi says.
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
It'll slow
Uses
down,
for a
and you'll
hammer.
see like a little
Gonta, no!
special
Mew
slot
gonna build
that I'm going to
stuff
try
with
and hit
hammer.
with my true forward.
Probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
That little red mark right there. That. And see the V that showed up? That's supposed to give us extra mana coins at the end of the chapter.
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Mew called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
Kokichi already figured it out. She was planning to kill Kokichi.
That's it! She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Mew's plan, huh? I'm sure if I analyze the clues we found out, I can figure something out. Let's do it. Are we doing a handbangs thing? Psych taxi. Okay, this is fine. Let's run over people to pick them up. As all good people do. Oh good, I can get two if I go down the middle. Ubi, thank you so much for deciding to add a fantastic sub through Twitch Prime to this channel. Truly appreciate it, sir. Glad you're enjoying it. Remember, you now have access to the Love Bomb. Be sure to bomb every channel with love as often as possible. Also, if you want one, you can join Discord and send me a little 6-second or less MP3 of an intro you'd like to have. And if you want a special message as well, because I have that set up for a lot of people who support the channel, and you're one of them, so please let me know. Appreciate you using it here. Who tried to kill Kokichi? We just literally just said that. That's not how it works, Ubi. Mew. I do appreciate the offer, though, sir. If I remember correctly, you had said you're actually, you've helped mod several channels, so I'm keeping that in mind. But I'm never going to make someone a mod just for subbing, or I'm never going to make a mod who just does a huge donation. That's not what I want my mods to be. Oshawat's been here since we started doing Danganronpa. He's proven that he's trustworthy. He helps out. He talks in chat. He's here. He's awesome. He's one of the only people in the EU that's here often, and I really appreciate it. That's why he got mod. So I know you're messing with me, but that's just for everyone who else might ask to be a mod. I look for good qualities in people as they continue to follow the channel. Where was Mew trying to kill Kokichi? Anywhere and everywhere. The virtual world. Trying to kill him in the afterlife? Really? Silly. Oh lord, that's a long one. And yes, Dark, this is definitely like Mario Kart. Like, it's not even hiding it. It was the first thing I thought of when I saw these boxes. I'm really upset that we don't have a turn signal, so we can change lanes properly. No, I missed one! Oh, that was all I needed. Why was a bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? Probably because he brought it. Oh, to frame him, maybe. To divert attention. That's what I'm thinking, to frame. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why is Tsumugi on the boards? I mean, she's a cosplay queen. It connects!
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
Is that why she logged in later? Where is that? Log in, log out. Yeah, it took her 2 minutes to log in. She waited for everyone else to log in and then placed it and then logged in. Interesting.
She did that too?
What? Mew was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
I agree that it's weird in general.
When could Mew have put the poison there?
Here.
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
No.
And then what? She logged back in?
No.
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then Mew couldn't have placed the poison. That's wrong!
It feels so good when we get it on the first go-around, before it's even finished once. We're doing pretty good on this.
It was Mew who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair. She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
Yes.
That's right. It says that Mew was the last of us to log in.
I'm also noticing the 2 minute between Shuichi logging out and Kokichi logging out. That gives Kokichi time to plant something somewhere. Or to try and move it somewhere.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
This was all part of Mew's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that.
Because we did it to you too.
Mew used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
How did Mew log Kaito out?
This is
I think we're doing pretty good. We had time to think this over. At least I did.
It was the cell phone found by Mew's avatar.
That's how good this game is. Whenever we would stop playing, I'm like, how could they have done this? What is this? We had more time to think, especially since I was sleeping most of the
That
time.
cell phone worked the same way
Or
as the
resting.
phone in the salon. It logs users in and out.
Also, fun update. My medicine is still not ready yet. They really messed up what they wanted to do. So I still don't have access
I
to it.
verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
Super tired still. Kaito Momota. He logged out just as I thought.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
But Mew never mentioned a cell phone, right?
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
I don't think she really cared who she was going to set up, because whoever was going to be on the roof.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion.
Creepy face.
Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
I wonder what's wrong with him.
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy. Huh?
Mommy?
My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
I think
Anywho,
Monotaro's going to die
It's a
next.
blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
What you mean?
Because she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know.
That's surprisingly a good point.
She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
And the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
You guys are only mad because you haven't been to the virtual world yet. But once you go, you'll understand. Seriously, it's so freaking awesome. I know you guys will love it. And then you're going to fall in love with me for showing it to you guys. So let's dive right in, okay? We'll do it together.
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
What a lewd, shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation. Now we can start a real class trial.
Hey, Kokichi sort of sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you're just like Monokuma.
Also, I need to pay attention to Kiyu's portrait. We haven't seen it yet.
Both
is
of
he
you
next
are
to?
cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Just like Muse has 3 X's, I want to see what his has.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward! Aren't you gonna do something?
I wonder if here's a random thing. I'm gonna laugh at him right now. What if Himiko put her chords backwards, and now her unmotivated self went to Monokuma?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? Hoo, 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 hoo. There, I did it.
He's completely lost his drive! Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame!
My head!
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
Smack.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die, you know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
You were meeting with Miu, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Miu.
You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
But isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
The lock was on the other side of the door.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
I remember.
Oh, there.
You and
Oh,
Gonta
whoa.
went off together when we first started looking.
Look at Kyu's thing. It's just like wavy. There's no real X to it.
But was the door to the roof actually locked?
It's actually creepy looking.
When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locked the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked. So you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Bam. Yeah, no response to that.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Miu's death.
Truth?
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Miu who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Miu sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
My hand slipped.
If that's the case, then Miu might not have even gone to the roof.
No, she did.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
It's true. First, we need to determine if Miu was actually there or not. Did she go, or was she never on the roof at all? She was. She had a lattice thing, so that's what I think.
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up!
At first glance, it seems as if it's impossible for Mew to go to the mansion. But there has to be some evidence that shows it was possible.
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
See, I want to counter
So,
that.
her meeting with Kokichi...
What does this actually say?
She stood me up!
It might be what Kibo's saying. That's what
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel.
Actually, it might be this one. We went with that one. Okay.
That's wrong!
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah, when I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window.
Also, guys, when you see me doing this, I'm stretching my neck.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry, I thought I was just mistaken at first. Since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Mew.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
It must have been some special method only Mew knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out. It's called a secret method for a reason.
Just like magic.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-OK.
What?
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
I don't have time to deal with Kokichi. Right now, I need to focus on the case. I'm positive that Mew used some kind of special method to get to the mansion. Okay, I just have to figure out what it was. Okay. There's something to do with that wall she put in. Wall added by Mew.
A way across that only Mew knew about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard, maybe.
Or, instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with...
Dang it! I wanted it to be magic. Warps? I
I
know
was
warps
wrong.
don't make... I know. I wanted it to be real, though.
A way across that only Mew knew
Magic.
about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard, maybe.
Or, instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Nope.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew...
Wait. There's no V on that.
I agree.
Interesting. It might have come up with the later words, but surprised it wasn't there
That's
right away.
it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass through.
Don't be naive, Shuichi.
He doesn't know that she was made to be an object.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, Mew set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious, but it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? Are you losing your edge? Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
Thanks, boss. Truth Blade. Start. Mew's avatar.
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion. So why waste time talking about it's pointless? We gotta take a whole new approach here.
No, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object
Dang it.
after all. You get it? So let's go through this one more time.
Balls. I
But
slashed
you
through
just
it.
said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. You get it? So let's go through this one more
I don't want to
time.
talk about it, chat.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. I'll cut through
I
your
got
words.
it eventually.